What's up guys, and welcome back to another Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle playthrough video. So real quick, I just want to mention that in another mode right here, I ended up getting Bertolt to max level, and also as I did that, my battle level increased to 16, so that's really the only thing that's been happening off screen for this. So now let's go ahead and get back into character episode. And when we last left off, we had to see Eren's choice. And we also saw Historia actually become queen, and we ended up defeating Rod Rice's Titan. So right there, we already unlocked the 104 Cadet story. So we ended up getting this, which is another side thing. And then right here, we unlocked a new pathway, which will be from the point of view of like other scout members during some of this stuff. So we'll end up doing those at like a later point. We're just going to keep focusing on the main line right now, which I think we're almost done with. So right here, episode 4, Thunder Spear Tests. And we play as Hanji. So right there, Hanji, Connie, Sasha. So this is actually where we're going to get an introduction into a new like equipment type, I guess you can say, that was introduced in Final Battle that you can actually use. Now, I haven't used this in any of the other videos because I wanted to hold off on it until we actually got to the part in the story where they actually use them. So after this part, I'll mostly be using Thunder Spears because they are very helpful.
個々の利益を優先し、人類の存在を脅かした偽りの王政こそが人類憲章第6条に反する。そう主張して王政幹部を拘束した兵団は旧体制に参与していた者たちに容赦のない粛清を行った。人類の中枢にあたる人材を失うことにはなったが、秘密裏に保持されていた技術革新の資料やレイスケ領地の地下空間で発見された光る鉱石、そしてエレンが獲得した硬質化能力など、この内乱を通して人類が得たものもまた大きかった。そんな中、ハンジは技術班と共にとある兵器の開発に注力していた。
So right there, as it was saying, you know, Eren's mastery of hardening and the crystals that they saw up in the under the Rod Rice estate, they're using those to create new weapons. Also in the thing, it showed like the gear that the I think it was the anti-personnel people were using, like Kenny and them, the guns. I think this is where we can actually end up using those as well, at least to where you can actually start using them. So right there, these are the new weapons, Thunder Spears.
技術班は私の中央憲兵が隠し持っていた新技術を導入してね。
So using the very same technology the interior police kept hidden from them. So interior police were keeping stuff hidden. And these would have been a massive help earlier on. Not sure when they had this type of technology, but this would have helped later on. And then right here she said, ask them for was a weapon that we could use against the armored titan. That's one of them.
私たちはただ
確かにエレンを連れ去っ
今のところ鎧の巨人に対抗できる攻撃手段はそれと先日の実験で獲得した。しかしその武器だけで作戦を達成させるのは困難な壁の破壊者であるライナーとベルトルトを殺さなけ
So
れば
right
ならない
there,
のだから。
saying we need to focus on taking out Reiner and Bertolt because they pose a really big threat. And not only is the armored extremely dangerous, considering they didn't have anything to deal with him again until now, but Bertolt's Colossal is very dangerous with how it can, you know, just the size of it, the steam, and what it can do.
見た方が早い。外に行く。
So now Hanji's gonna show him how this is all gonna work.
威力は見ての通り。雷が落ちたよ。
And the reason why they call it Thunder Spears is because when it explodes, it sounds like thunder. Now right here she shows him like when it blows up a tree. This seems like such a small explosion, considering how the Thunder Spears are.
だから雷槍って呼んでる。 そして鈍重な巨人には有効だが弱点もある。こいつを鎧に食らわせというわけで、モブリット、次の予定を。
So that's basically how they're going to use that against the armor titan. They're going to launch him at it and then make him explode, and that should deal with its armor. So right here he's talking about we're going to go outside the walls with the thunder spears and another new device that they prepared. So I think that's the guns maybe we're going to be using. So right here, thunder spear test. You can see we don't have our thunder spears yet. You actually got to get those from like helping people, which you'll see what I mean in a bit. So we're just going to take out a couple of these titans, wait to where we can get thunder spears. So there we go, that first part's complete. Kanji's voice lines are way too funny. Okay, so head to the target area. I think this is where we'll be using the new weapons. Not the thunder spears, but probably the new weapon. Okay, so yeah, right here. This is showdown equipment mode that was added in Final Battle. So press L3 and R3 to engage showdown equipment and gain tremendous power. As time passes and with each attack, your showdown equipment gauge will deplete and the mode will end when the gauge is empty. Engaging showdown equipment mode will use up your showdown equipment stock, replenish your stock by completing side missions. So basically, the missions where like people's like there's green signals that pop up where you can go like save Eren and he'll join your team or something like that. That's basically what it's saying. So you complete that and then you'll get another use of your showdown equipment. If you have blades equipped, entering showdown equipment mode will temporarily upgrade them to thunder spears. If you press triangle after locking onto a titan with R1, you'll fire an anchor to the titan. With an anchor in the target, press triangle again to unleash a single thunder spear, a weapon known for its great range and power. So right there you saw, like it mentioned, you know, like, oh, you know, if you have blades equipped, the firearms do have their own showdown equipment as well. But this is basically how thunder spears work. Very nice and strong against boss like enemies to get rid of their green bars so you can actually do real damage to them, and also really good if you just want to break parts off of a titan if they aren't gonna like die too quickly or anything. But you'll mostly see like our gauge down there at the bottom. It's gonna go down a lot more whenever we actually launch a thunder spear, but after that, like if we're just like running around like this, it'll slowly go away, but it's not like fast or as much as, you know, actually using it. So thunder spear power attacks, if you anchor to a titan and manage to close in on it with enough speed, you can hit it with a multiple thunder spears by pressing triangle once you're at close range. This will deal tremendous damage but also deplete your showdown equipment gauge much more than a single shot. So I don't think I've ever really seen this, or at least I don't remember doing it. But this could be good, I guess, against like boss type enemies. Like this right here. Because typically I don't get close whenever I'm using thunder spears on an enemy. I just like do it from like a distance. But that's interesting to know. I pretty much didn't even remember that. But this is just how thunder spears work. Very cool. I think this is probably one of the best additions up in Final Battle to deal with like multiple titans at once and breaking parts and just dealing with boss titans in general.
そうな子はいないな。
軍隊長、そろそろ次の装備の検
So
証を
next
始めましょう。
weapon, so yeah, this is probably going to be the firearms now. So switch equipment types, press L when near a base location to switch between blades and firearms. The option will not be available for some battles, however. So basically it's just saying, like, I think that's just talking about, like, during character episode mode, you know, you can't always use firearms. But right here you can reload ammo for magazine type weapons during combat. You can also switch the type of ammo you're using. Regular ammo has no particular special effects, but you should make good use of it since you can carry a large number of rounds. You can replenish your magazines at bases. So the firearms in this game are pretty interesting. I remember when I first saw that they were being added, I was like, why are they adding this? Because firearms can't kill titans. But this is very interesting, and I don't really use firearms in this game because I don't like the way they are. They're just very weird for me to use because I'm so used to the blades, but they're interesting, I will say. So it's like, as you can probably tell, it's very different than blades. So once equipped, firearms you will attack with guns. After locking onto a titan with R1, press triangle to anchor to him. When locked on, your character will automatically aim for the closest body part. Use R2 to move in for one-handed shot at whatever sight is set on. So basically like that. And it's just like that. So it's very interesting and really weird to play. But you can also do this, you know, shoot like this as well. But like I said, firearms, they're very weird for me to play. If I played with them long enough, I'd probably like learn a little bit more about them, how to use them more effectively, but they're by no means bad in my opinion. It's just how you're used to them. So while midair and not anchored to a titan, press R2 to perform a two-handed shot. Two-handed shots can do more damage in a short amount of time, but are less likely to hit the body parts they are aiming for. Conversely, one-handed shots make it easier to deal damage to specific body parts, but will make it take longer to defeat a titan. So basically, I think what it's saying is like, kind of like, probably like lock onto them like this, and then do that. So you can see that's a lot more damage, and that's just a two-handed shot. So let's go ahead and reload that. And like sometimes too, it's like they're very inaccurate in the game, but they're kind of fun, I guess. Let's go ahead and place that. So right here is successive firing. Hold R2 to perform successive fire, whether you're shooting one or two-handed. Once you get the hang of things, try to make use of two-handed successive fire. Use square to swing and hold R2 in midair to perform two-handed successive fire shots. So yeah, basically the game is just telling you, you know, if you want to get the most out of everything with firearms, go two-handed shots. It's just, you know, sometimes it's not going to be aiming for, like, if you're just wanting to target the head, sometimes it probably won't. So that's another thing. So quick turns, while you're the Titan, press X while moving. With L, you perform a quick turn and rapidly circle over a target. So let me see how that worked again. Comes in handy when you want to get behind a Titan or launch high into the air. The distance you travel depends on how long you hold X down for. Okay. Okay, so let me try and do that. Let me go ahead and replace these. So that's basically what that is. That can be very good. The only thing I would say about like the firearms as well when they were introduced in Final Battle is they didn't get too many weapons for them, honestly. Compared to blades, firearms don't have a lot. So when locked onto an enemy, each time you switch a target on a different body part or make a quick turn, the yellow break shot timing ring will appear. If you press R2 when the ring is aligned with your sights, you enter break state. In this state, all your attacks will strike the targeted body part and they will be critical hits. this. And you can see just with Hanji right now, these are doing a lot of damage. Like 23 on the crit. That's a lot for right now. And then ammo types, choose the right ammo type in the right situation. Scattershot ammo does massive damage at close range or hits multiple titans at once when farther away. Numbing ammo can temporarily paralyze a titan to create other attack openings for you. Incendiary shots will set enemy titans on fire, increasing damage. Attrition shots are useful for depleting the stamina gauge of powerful titans. And explosive shots do damage over a wide area when they detonate, so. With stuff like gas, blaze, or magazines, with that you can hold the button. Yeah, it just says perfect reloads and stuff. I think the ammo types are pretty cool though. Like the attrition shot, I didn't even know that that was like really a thing. And how it can pretty much, how it's good for like depleting stamina gauges on titans. But this is scatter shot. You can see it has a huge radius. Very huge radius. And now let's go for the numbing shot, which I've never used. Looks really cool though. Looks very cool. Another thing you'll probably notice with firearms is like instead of with blades, when you anchor, it's only one shot. It's not like two of the anchors coming out. It's only one. So now we got a boss titan. Let's see if we can paralyze him, and then I'll also try the attrition shot on him. So this right here is the Gatling gun for the firearms. You enter showdown mode. You have a Gatling gun. It does not run out of ammo and is capable of repeating powerful shots. So we're gonna see if we can paralyze him real quick, and then we'll do the attrition shot, and we'll also do the Okay, so yeah, he looks like he's paralyzed. I see like on the legs he's got like the electricity thing going on right there. But now let's try this shot, which is probably gonna just break him instantly now. Okay. And now let's go for showdown equipment. I've never actually seen the sneak attack with this, or whatever it is, but okay, that's how it looks. 93,000 too. That's a lot. But this is how Gatling gun works. I'd say it's more cheesy than Thunder Spears, considering it can last longer, I guess. But yeah, and it's attacking from range, so. Gatling gun, I do like it. It looks so funny though, like how you're just flying around with these huge guns on your arms. So Eren does have a new hardening ability now. After, you remember in Rod Rice's thing, he took that capsule or whatever it was with that liquid and it had hardening written on it, so now he has another Titan ability. Just like the female Titan, yeah, he basically has that. So Erwin left the Titan transformation vial from Kenny with Levi. So Levi has that Titan transformation vial with him. Erwin is putting that in Levi's hands. So with everything ready, they're declaring the operation to reclaim Wall Maria to commence in 2 days' time. So that's where, like, you know, Eren, you know, the Colossal and Armor Titan first showed up. They're going to plug that hole in the wall back up with Eren's hardening ability. So right there, after the wall Maria is plugged up, eliminate all threats, Erwin's saying.
その体はもう現場の指揮は判事に託せ。お荷物を抱えんのは真っ平だ。お前はここで家宝を待て。それでいい。
ダメだ。
So right there, Levi was, telling him, put Hanji in charge on the ground and you just stay here. But Erwin right here is saying he doesn't want to.
全ては私の発案だ。私がやらなければ成功率が下がる。
そうだ。作戦は失敗するかもしれねえ。その上、お前は椅子に座って頭を動かすだけで十分。巨人にとっちゃそれが一番迷惑な話で、人類にとっちゃそれが一。
いや、違う。一番はこの作戦に全てをかけることに。
おいおいおいおい、待て待て。
I don't know why, but the sentence he just said sounds so funny in Japanese to me. Just like the oi 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 mate. Like that was just so funny to me.
これ以上俺に建前を使うなら、お前の両足の骨を折る。
So right here, Levi really wants Erwin to stay back. He really doesn't want him to go into the fight to the point where he's saying, I will break both of your legs so you don't, do this operation.
確かにお前の言うとおり、手負いの兵士は現場を退く。でもこの世の真実が明らかになる瞬間には。
それがそんなに大事か。てめえの足折り。
ああ、
人類の勝利を。
ああ、
そうか。エルビー、お前の判断を信じよう。
So right there, Erwin's telling him, it's more important than his legs, more important than just humankind to learn this truth. So a new episode has been added. We're now able to make use of Hanji in battle episodes outside the walls. So now with those side missions outside the walls, we can use Hanji if we want. And that's it for that part right there. So we got another story thing unlocked. I think that's another outside the battle. So right here. Okay, no, this is another side mission, the Executioner from Hell. This is where you'll see whenever they were testing Eren's hardening abilities. This one right here, the town where it all began. This is where we'll be starting the operation for plugging in that hole in Walmaria. So that's where that will start. It's getting to where my favorite part is up in the final battle and also up in the anime story because a lot happened at once just in this operation. But that's going to be it for this part. I really enjoyed that last scene right there with Erwin and Levi. It just shows how much Erwin is committed to learning the truth and how even though he's wounded and Levi's telling him to stay back, Erwin is still not going to take that cop out. He's still going to be there as a scout member, no excuses for him to be back, But that's going to be it for this part, and in the next part we'll be starting the operation and see what happens there. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.